Okay, last week we had the first installment on the Lebensohl Convention. The Lebensohl Convention was initially developed for allowing you to be able to bid whenever your partners open one no trump. For our purposes, an opening of one no trump is 15 to 17 high card points. Partners open a no trump, and if they overcall 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades, they've made a 2-level overcall. It allows you, the responder, an opportunity to compete, to describe to your partner what you had. Now, you remember last week I said to you, the advice I gave you is when your partner opens a no trump, pretend for a second that there was no overcall, there was no 2 diamond, 2 heart, or 2 spade overcall. What is the bid you would have made to your partner to describe your hand? You might have bid the 2 clubs, checking for a major. You might have used Jacoby, 2 diamonds transferring to hearts, 2 hearts transferring to spades. The 2 spades transferring to 3 clubs, relayed 3 clubs, or all sorts of bids you might have made. But now there's been this 2-level overcall. Lebensohl allows you, using this convention, allows you to describe, to still have an opportunity to describe to your partner your hand. First of all, you pretend she didn't bid. The opponent did not bid. What was the bid you would have made to describe your hand? But the 2-level overcall has been made. Try to think from Lebensohl, what is there from the Lebensohl Convention that will allow me to still compete? And then I think once you go through your bids, it may take you a second or two, and you're probably worrying that the opponents are getting upset with you. Well, they can just get upset. That's all right. Anyway, try to figure out what from Lebensohl will allow you to make the best bid. Okay, as I said last week, the Lebensohl was initially developed whenever there is that 2-level overcall of 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades. Lebensohl allows you, first of all, to double them for penalty, to compete for a part score, to try to find out if you have a 4-4 major fit, to show a game invitation hand, to show a game forcing hand. Most important, it allows you to stay out of 3 no trump should neither you nor your partner have a stopper in the enemy suit. That's the main biggie of the Lebensohl Convention. So I want to just spend a few minutes here by going over what I talked about last week. Your partner's open a no trump. They've either overcalled 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades. A little later on today, we're going to look at when they overcall 2 clubs. You can double for penalty. I did not talk about, this is a new thing that I didn't talk about last week. I just felt perhaps wait and do it today. When you double, what you need to be very aware of is the vulnerability. If both sides are vulnerable, double for penalty, if it's appropriate. Let's say they overcall 2 diamonds, and you have 5 diamonds, and you have 8 or 9 points. Your partner, your partner's got at least 15. Your partner's got at least 2 diamonds. I would double that every time for penalty. But you need to be aware of what you need to be aware of. If the vulnerability is equal, both sides are vulnerable, or if they are vulnerable and you are not, some of your most lucrative scores that you get, the 1100s and the 1400s, setting them, biggest scores you're ever going to get, come from doubling those 2-level overcalls. The one time that you have to be very, very careful is if your side is vulnerable and their side is non-vulnerable. Now you have to set them 4 tricks. It's not good enough to set them 3 tricks. That gives you only 500. If you've got a vulnerable 3 no trump game, that is 600 points. So if you don't think you can set them 4 tricks and you are vulnerable and they are not vulnerable, it's better to put it in 3 no trump. You see that? You've got to be sure if they are non-vulnerable and you're vulnerable that you can set them at least 4 tricks to get the 800 score. Otherwise, if they only go for 500, you see you've missed a vulnerable game, which is 600 points. So that's the one time you need to be very careful in deciding whether you want to double for penalty or whether it would be better to go ahead and put it in 3 no trump if you're vulnerable versus non-vulnerable. Okay, the second option that's available to you, let's say they have overcalled 2 diamonds. If you bid a new suit at the 2 level, it is to play. So if they have overcalled 2 diamonds, 1 no trump, they overcall 2 diamonds, You bid 2 hearts or 2 spades. It is to play. It is showing 5 plus of the suit at a minimum hand. Pretend they did not bid. Your partner opens a no trump. You've got 5 hearts to the queen jack and about 5 or 6 points. You're going to bid 2 diamonds, transferring your partner to 2 hearts, and you are going to pass. The problem here, when the 2 diamond bid is put in, the overcall, you have to just bid 2 hearts. And now what happens is the big no trump hand is sitting there on the board for the entire world to see. But you know, whenever you have any new convention, any new thing you add to your game, you lose the use of something. So one of the things you lose when you make that 2 level to play bid, in this case, it would be 2 hearts or 2 spades if they've overcalled 2 diamonds. The no trump hand is going to be on the board. If you bid a new suit at the 3 level, it's absolutely game force, and it says, I do not have a stopper in whatever the overcalled suit is. So again, if your partner opened a no trump, they overcall 2 diamonds. If you bid 3 clubs, 3 hearts, or 3 spades, it is game force. It's saying I have at least 10 points, and I have at least 5 in the suit that I bid. So first of all, you can double for penalty, being careful that the one instance of when you're vulnerable and they are non-vulnerable. The second thing you can do is bid a new suit at the 2 level. It is a weak bid. It's showing a weak hand, at least 5 of the suit, and it's to play. The bad thing, the unfortunate part, is the no trump hand is exposed on the board. The third bid that you can make is if you bid a new suit at the 3 level, then it is absolutely game force. It shows at least 10 high card points. It shows at least 5 plus cards in the suit that you bid. And it absolutely guarantees that you do not have a stopper in the enemy suit. So those are 3 of your bids. Now we come down to the Lebensohl part. The Lebensohl part, as we talked about quite a bit last week, when they have made the 2 level overcall, if you bid 2 no trump, it has to be alerted. It's a conventional bid. It does not mean what we normally, most people play 2 no trump is either game invitational or it's a relay to 3 clubs. You have to alert the 2 no trump bid. It is the Lebensohl bid. The 1 no trump person, opener, absolutely forced to bid 3 clubs in this instance, must respond 3 clubs. You know, unless the next guy bids the next bid, and he can't bid 3 clubs. So 2 no trump, alert. Opening no trump person now bids 3 clubs. So after the 3 club forced bid, if you now pass, it's showing a weak hand with a bunch of clubs. And your partner should pass. I mean, you're going to pass his 3 club bid. And the good thing there is he's actually playing it. He might only have 2 clubs, but you got about 6 of them to make that bid. If you bid a new suit below the rank of the overcalled suit, it's a weak hand. And this one we're going to see a little bit later on because this is what Kurt played the other day. If you bid a new suit above the rank of the overcalled suit, it shows a game invitational hand, 8 or 9 high card points. If you Q bid, in other words, bid their suit, after you've gone through 2 no trump, 3 clubs, you Q bid their suit, it is Stamen. It promises a stopper in the overcalled suit. Or after going through 2 no trump, 3 clubs by your partner, and you now bid 3 no trump, you're saying, I have game values, I have at least 10 high card points, and partner, I have a stopper in the enemy suit. It's the only way you can show that you have a stopper in the enemy suit is to go through 2 no trump, 3 clubs forced by your partner, and now if you Q bid, that's showing Stamen, promising a 4-card major, promising a stopper, or to bid 3 no trump, shows game values, and I have the all-important stopper in the enemy suit. All of these bids must be alerted. You do lose the natural 2 no trump bid. Many people play 1 no trump, 2 no trump. It's game invitational. I got 8 or 9 points. Game invitational to 3. A lot of you, I think most of you now are playing 2 no trump as a relay to 3 clubs. You do lose the beating. You do lose those bids. But look at what you gain. You have the opportunity to pass 3 clubs when you got a weak club suit. you have the opportunity to show a weak hand by bidding if they've overcalled 2 hearts, if you now bid 3 diamonds, that suit is below the rank of the overcalled suit, shows a weak hand with diamonds. A new suit above the rank, if I now overcall, if they have overcalled 2 hearts, I bid 2 no trump, you bid 3 clubs, and I now say 3 spades, I'm saying I have at least 5 spades, and I have 8 or 9 high card points, partner. What do you want to do? But the beautiful part is I can Q bid. After going through 2 no trump, 3 clubs, I can Q bid their suit, which shows Stamen, 4 card, asking for a 4 card major, and it's promising a stopper in the enemy suit. Or I can bid 3 no trump, gain values, promising a stopper in the enemy suit. Okay, coming down to number 5, a direct Q bid by me says, partner, it's Stamen, it's game force. I don't have a stopper in the enemy suit. So this would be if they, my partner's opened 1 no trump, 2 hearts by them, and I bid 3 hearts. I'm saying I have at least 10 high card points. I have 4 spades, partner. I do not have a stopper in hearts. Number 6, likewise. 1 no trump, they overcall 2 hearts. I say 3 no trump. I do not have a stopper in hearts. I have at least 10 high card points. Number 6, I also don't have a 4 card spade suit, if that's the way the scenario went. So remember from what I talked about last week on your convention card, under the no trump bids, convention card has a place for you to show if you do play Lebensohl. And I had you mark, if you do, in the little blank, fast, F-A-S-T, denies a stopper. So number 5 and number 6, fast arrival, does deny a stopper. Number 5, if you Q bid directly, it's Stamen, no stopper in the enemy suit. If you bid 6, 3 no trump directly, it says I have gain values, I have a 10 plus points, you have at least 15, what do you want to play? And we're going to see a little bit later on some of the rebids by the opening 1 no trump. If she does not have a stopper either, then you certainly don't want to be sitting there in 3 no trump going down about 6 tricks. It's only by going through number 4, going through the 2 no trump, alert, partner forced to bid 3 clubs, alert, that you can Q bid to show Stamen, promising a stopper in the suit, or bid 3 no trump, saying I have a stopper in the enemy suit. So that's basically what that is, what we covered last week. Today, I want to expand it a little bit to say they have now overcalled 2 clubs. We did not talk about 2 clubs last week, but I want to talk about it today. Lebensohl gives you a way to handle that 2 club overcall. Your partner's open to no trump, they bid 2 clubs. The first thing you need to find out, and if there's any doubt in your mind, you ask whether or not the 2 clubs is artificial, showing some one-suited hand, or maybe it's Landy, maybe it's Brazil, whatever. If it is artificial, they 100% need to alert it. If it is natural, showing clubs, or showing clubs in a higher suit, they don't have to alert it. But before you go making your bids, you need to know 100% certainty whether this is an artificial 2 club bid or this 2 club is actually showing clubs or clubs in a higher suit. So make certain that you know. If you proceed and it turns out it's an artificial bid and they did not alert, your hand should go up immediately. Director, please. You have to protect your rights. But I would say in these virtual clubs, or even when you go back face to face, if you're not able to tell for sure whether it is natural or whether it's artificial, make sure you know before you make any of these Lebensohl bids. Okay, so let's say that they have overcalled and it's artificial and they have alerted it. Your partner's open 1 no trump, 2 clubs, it's an artificial bid that is alerted as artificial. So all of us use these bids. A double of the 2 club bid is Stamen. We all say stolen bid, but the correct terminology is to say it's Stamen. 2 diamonds, just as before, is a transfer to hearts, 2 hearts to spades, 2 spades are relayed to clubs, 2 no trump. If you play 4-way transfers, is relayed to 3 diamonds. So your bids are all the same if the 2 club bid is artificial. But if it is not artificial, if the 2 club overcall is showing clubs or clubs in a higher suit, now Lebensohl is on just as if they overcall 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades. All right, let's say 1 no trump, they've overcalled 2 clubs, it's not alerted, and you know for certain that it is a natural bid. It's showing clubs or clubs in a higher suit. Just as before, you can double for penalty. I have gotten recently 2 1100 scores because they did make that 2 club overcall, and I knew it was showing natural clubs. I had 5 clubs and I had about 9 or 10 points, and they went for about 1100. So Lebensohl gives you the opportunity to double that 2 club bid, something you've not been able to do before. If you bid 2 of a new suit, it's showing 5 plus cards in that suit, anywhere from 0 to 7 high card points. So I can bid 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades, and that's a drop dead bid. That's the play. It's saying I've got 5 or more of the suit. I've got 3 or 4 points, 5 points. In other words, if I don't have anything but I got 5 or 6 diamonds, I wouldn't let you play in 1 no trump. I'm trying to get you to a better contract. So Lebensohl allows you any 2 level call, and you've got 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and 2 spades available to you. It's just showing a weak hand with at least 5 plus in the suit and anywhere from 0 to 7 points. If I go through Lebensohl, if I bid 2 no trump, alert, it's forcing my partner to bid 3 clubs. Now, if I bid a new suit, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, or 3 spades, remember a new suit above the level of the overcall is 2 clubs. Going through the sequence shows 8 or 9 high card points, shows at least 5 cards in the suit. So you see, you can say after the 3 clubs, you can say 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, or 3 spades, showing a game invitational hand, at least 5 cards in the suit, 8 or 9 high card points. If I bid 3 no trump, I am saying I have at least 10 high card points, and partner, I have a club stopper. We can play this hand in no trump. If I make a direct bid of 3 clubs, 1 no trump, 2 clubs, and I say 3 clubs, that is Stayman. Now, I may or may not have a club stopper, but I'm saying I do have 1 or both 4 card majors. Do you have a 4 card major, partner? If so, bid it. At this point, you don't know if I have a club stopper, and I don't have any way to show you by making this direct Q bid. If I bid any suit, diamonds, hearts, or spades at the 3 level, if that's 1 no trump, 2 clubs, if I say 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, or 3 spades, it's absolutely game force. You may even be thinking about slam. It says I do not have a club stopper. I have at least 5 cards in the suit. We need to be in game somewhere, partner. If I bid 3 no trump directly, it's saying I have at least 10 high card points. I don't have a 4 card major, and I don't have a stopper in clubs. So you see that Lebensohl gives you away when they not only bid 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades, but if they overcall 2 clubs. The important thing is to make certain that the 2 club bid is not artificial before you go doubling. And if you do double and it turns out it was artificial, your hand should go up immediately and call the director. There was a failure to alert the 2 club bid. A 2 club bid that is artificial has to be alerted. Any suit that's artificial, we talked about this last week. Lou raised the point of what is alertable. It absolutely is alertable if it is artificial. If it's not, now your Lebensohl bids are on. Double is penalty. 2 of a new suit is weak. 2 no trump, going through 3 clubs, then bidding a new suit at the 3 level is game invitational. Bidding 3 no trump promises a stopper in the club suit. If I bid 3 clubs directly over the 2 clubs, it's Stayman, game force. If I make any 3 level bid, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, or 3 spades, it's game forcing. I have no club stopper. If I bid 3 no trump direct, fast arrival, I have at least 10 high card points, but I have no stopper in the clubs. Now, the reason why I put this down here on note is I did this at Jefferson, at the Jefferson Parish. My partner opened a no trump. They bid 2 clubs, which was a natural bid. I asked them, I punched on the little thing, and I said, what is the meaning of the 2 clubs? And the guy said, natural. And I won't tell you who he is. You all know him. Top player. I doubled for penalty, and he went for 1100. Very angry, directors called, and for 5 minutes, squawking back and forth. Finally, the director admonished me and said, you should have alerted that it was penalty. But of course, on my convention card, which was posted, it said, if it is not an artificial bid, it is penalty. So she did not, the director, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, did not penalize my partner nor me. But what I'm saying to you is people are not expecting a double of 2 clubs to be a penalty double. So in that case, I'll tell you after we're not recording anymore who it was, but it was a bad situation. I mean, I could have said it's a penalty double, but I think the guy could have looked at the convention card, particularly after I asked him, is your bid of 2 clubs natural? And he said it was natural. And now I put the penalty, did the double out there. Okay, as far as when they make these 2 suited overcalls, such as Landy, Capoletti can be showing 1 suit, but also it can be showing 2 suits. Brazil, any of these conventions that they bid, and they'll alert them, showing 1 or 2 suits, it's recommended before you do anything that for now you pass. Let them finish bidding out their hand, and then you can come in with what we call delayed Lebensohl. First time I covered this with all of you in Roanoke, I did not go through delayed Lebensohl, but I think I want to show you an example of it today, because you are coming up against people who are bidding Capoletti and Landy and Brazil. And let's just look at an example. All right, your partner has opened 1-0 trump all the way over here on the left. Your partner's opened 1-0 trump. The opponent has bid 2 clubs, which is alerted, showing, and his partner says it's showing a 1-suited hand. Right now, you should just pass. His partner, the advancer, is forced to bid 2 diamonds. Again, that has to be alerted too. The no trump person passes back here on the left. The opponent who bid 2 clubs passes, so obviously his suit is diamonds. He's got a long diamond suit. So we now come to you. What are your bids? Lebensohl, you can do the delayed Lebensohl. Double of that 2 diamond bid is penalty. If you bid 2 hearts or 2 spades, it's non-forcing. It's just showing 5 plus cards in the suit. If you bid 2 no trump, forcing 3 clubs by your partner, pass is showing a weak hand with a long bunch of clubs. If you bid 3 diamonds, you're stamen, showing you got at least 1 or both 4-card majors, and it's promising a stopper in the diamond. If I bid 3 hearts or 3 spades, it's above the level of the 2 diamond. It is game invitation, showing 8 or 9 points. If I bid 3 no trump, it's saying I've got 10 plus points, and I do have a diamond stopper partner. If I bid 3 diamonds directly over the 2 diamonds and it's passed, and that's where the suit is. If I now bid 3 diamonds, I'm saying I've got stamen. I don't have a diamond stopper. We need to be in game. If I bid 3 hearts or 3 spades, I have at least 5 hearts. I have at least 5 spades. I have at least 10 points. I don't have a stopper in the diamond suit. If I bid 3 no trump directly over the 2 diamond, where it's going to play in 2 diamonds, I'm saying I have at least 10 high card points, but partner, I don't have a diamond stopper. So even when they put those 2 suited, Capoletti, Brazil, Landy, I don't even know what those are. I've read about them. You can still, once you find out, let them, John Markey recommends you let them bid where they're going, let them lit wherever they're going to find. And apparently 2 diamonds, this was the 2 club person's long suit is diamonds. That doesn't preclude you now from bidding. You can now go through what we call delayed Lebensohl. So I did not teach that the first time I went through a couple of years ago, but it shows you that Lebensohl can be used even after they've made one of these 2 suited conventional calls. All right, now what I'd like to spend the next few minutes on, the opener is open 1 no trump. And you've gone through, you are his partner, there's been a 2-level overcall, and you are the advancer, you have made some kind, you are the responder, and you've made some kind of bid. And I want to come back and look at what the 1 no trump openers rebids might be. All right, so if your partner opens a no trump, 15 to 17, and there's a 2-level overcall of 2 hearts, and you bid 2 no trump, alert, next guy passes. Initially, all you can do is to bid 3 clubs. This is you are forced 100% to bid 3 clubs. This is all you can do until your partner makes a subsequent bid. If he passes 3 clubs, then he is showing that he has a long club suit and a weak hand. It's going to play in 3 clubs unless the opponents decide to venture in and make another bid, and then we won't go any further there. All right, let's look at your hand. You are the opening one no trump person. You have opened one no trump. You have 15 high card points. I don't like the Doubleton Club, but you can't always have everything. All right, so the bidding is gone. One no trump. You've opened one no trump. There's been an overcall of 2 hearts, and your partner has bid 2 no trump. And again, you are forced to bid 3 clubs. If the responder, that would be you, if you now bid 3 diamonds over the forced 3 club response, you are showing a weak hand with a bunch of diamonds. Look at your hand. You have 5 diamonds to the king, queen, jack. You've opened a no trump, 2 hearts, partner bids 2 no trump. You rebid 3 clubs, forced bid, and now your partner bids 3 diamonds. 3 diamonds is below the suit of the overcall. The overcall with 2 hearts. 3 diamonds ranks below that suit. It's a drop dead bid. It's showing a weak hand with a bunch of diamonds. And you are looking at those wonderful diamonds. You're saying, my gosh, what kind of diamond suit does my partner have? Well, we don't know, but it could be 5 or it could be 6 of them to the ace jack, or we don't know, but you've got most of the big ones, and you're going to be tempted. You're going to be really tempted to raise his diamonds and maybe even think about going to 5 diamonds. If they now bid 3 hearts, if the opponents come back in and bid 3 hearts, I think I would bid 4 diamonds with this hand, just so, because you do have such a good diamond. But don't even think about going to 5 diamonds. The main reason is you have a worthless Doubleton sitting there in the club suit. You've got 2 probably sure losers for certain in the club suit. And evaluating your hands, always look at those worthless Doubletons. This would be, do not, no matter how good your diamonds are, and you have wonderful diamonds, I would not want in any way to put that thing in 5 diamonds. So I basically would just pass the 3 diamond bid. If they bid 3 hearts, I would bid 4 diamonds, but that's as far as I would go. All right, if your partner bids 3 hearts, you've opened a no trump, 2 heart overcall, and your partner bids 3 hearts. What he is saying is that he has 4. It is Stamen. He's saying, I have 4 spades. And I also have a stopper in hearts. So you've opened a no trump, 2 hearts, 2 no trump, 3 clubs, and I now bid 3 hearts. What I'm saying to you is that I have 4 spades. I also have a stopper in hearts. So now you're looking back at your hand. You are now the opening bidder. You don't have a 3 spades. You don't have 4 spade fit with your partner. You know, though, that your partner has a heart stopper. You have a heart stopper. So what you want to do is just to bid 3 no trump. The contract's going to play in 3 no trump, and you should be fine. If you had 4 spades, your partner is telling you through this bidding sequence that she has 4 spades. If you also had 4 spades, I would put this contract, even though you know she's got a heart stopper, you've got a heart stopper, I would put this contract in 4 spades in a blink of an eye. The main reason is that little old stupid Doubleton 3-2 of clubs. That is a detriment in the no trump, playing in no trump. I would much prefer to be in 4 spades if I had 4 spades. Being as I don't, then 3 no trump is where this hand best plays. Okay, so the bidding is gone. Looking at C now. Bidding is gone. 1 no trump, 2 hearts, 2 no trump by you, 3 clubs, and I now bid 3 spades. What I am saying is I have 5 plus spades. I have 8 or 9 high card points. Looking at my hand, I do have 3 spades. I do have a minimum, though, 15 points. I know my partner's got either 8 or 9. I don't know on this hand. You can pass 3 spades. I don't think you probably wouldn't want to bid 3 no trump. The only thing I would think you possibly might want to bid is 4 spades. While you do just have 15 high card points, you know your partner's got 8 or 9. You got the Doubleton club. You can count another point for having that Doubleton club. If I were playing in a team game format, I would bid 4 spades with this hand. If my partner shows he has 8 or 9 points and he has at least 5 spades, with my hand that you see at above, with the ace, queen, nine, good spade support, the Doubleton club. In a team game, I think I would bid 4 spades with C. If my partner bids 3 no trump over my 3 clubs, what he's showing to me is he has game values, at least 10 high card points. He has no 4 card major. He has a stopper in the club suit. I mean, in the heart suit, excuse me. The overcall was 2 hearts. So he's promising a stopper in hearts. So it's going to play in 3 no trump. You have a stopper in hearts, you should be fine, and that's what you should make. All right, let's look at this next hand. This next hand, your partner opens a no trump. The opponent overcalls 2 diamonds. And let's see what happens. If I now bid 2 hearts or 2 spades, what is your rebid? All right, this may be a little bit confusing. Your partner's open to no trump. There's an overcall of 2 diamonds, and you're looking at the opener's hand. The opener has 16 high card points. Every one of us would open 1 no trump with this hand. Okay, I am you. I'm the responder. If I now bid 2 hearts or 2 spades, what I'm telling you is that I have at least 5 of the suit, and I have a weak hand. You should pass. Now, despite the fact that you've got good hearts and you've got good support in the spades, if they bid hearts, if I bid 2 hearts, you know we have a 5-4 fit in the heart suit. If I bid 2 spades, you know we have a 5-3 fit in the spade suit. But the point is, when I make this 2 heart or my partner's bid 2 hearts or 2 spades, it is a weak bid showing at least 5 of the suit, and it's a very weak hand. I don't think that you would want to bid unless they bid 3 diamonds, then I might bid 3 hearts or 3 spades. But otherwise, I think you want to just, it's basically a drop dead bid. All right, let's say that bidding's gone 1 no trump, 2 diamonds by the opponent overcall, and my partner now has bid 3 diamonds directly. What is my rebid? My partner is saying that I have a 4 card major. I have 1 or both 4 card majors, but partner, I do not have a diamond stopper. So he's showing a game forcing hand. He's showing 1 or both 4 card majors. He's denying a stopper in the diamond suit. You do have 4 hearts, so you should bid 3 hearts, which shows 4 or 5 hearts. If the partner bids, and you can't see it, but if he now bids 3 spades, what he's showing is that he had 4 spades. He did not have 4 hearts, but he's also, you're in a game forced auction. If you also had 4 spades, so you can have 4 spades, but you're going to bid to 3 hearts first. If you also had 4 spades, then I think you bid 4 spades. But being that you do not have 4 spades and you do have a diamond, you do have the diamond stopper, I think you want to play it in 3 no trump. That's going to be your contract. So Lebensohl allows you accurately to describe your hand after there is an overcall of any denomination. Okay, let's look at another example of what the 1 no trump person might respond. All right, this is the repeat of the same hand. You have 16 high card points, you've opened a no trump, and there has been an overcall of 2 diamonds. And your partner has bid 2 no trump. What is your rebid? All right, you've opened a no trump, overcall of 2 diamonds, and I'm now your partner and I bid 2 no trump. Alert, you have to bid 3 clubs. You're absolutely forced to bid by the Lebensohl Convention. You have to bid 3 clubs. If I respond 3 diamonds over your 3 clubs, now what am I showing? We've gone through, you've opened a no trump, they have bid 2 diamonds, I have bid 2 no trump, you're forced to bid 3 clubs, and I now bop in there with 3 diamonds. What I'm showing you is that I have a 4 card major, I have at least 1 4 card major, and I have a stopper in the diamond suit. What is your pleasure, partner? Partner has 4, you have 4 hearts to the jack 10, you should bid 3 hearts, showing that you've got 4 or 5 hearts. If I now rebid 3 no trump, what I'm saying is that I had 4 spades. I'm denying that I had 4 hearts, but I am also saying I have a stopper in the diamond suit. So If you have four spades too, you don't, you have ace, queen, third. But if you also had four spades, then I think you would want to put it probably in four spades. Or three, no trump. You don't have any doublings. I don't think you could be faulted for leaving it in three, no trump, even if you know that you do have a 4-4 spade fit. In this case, you don't. So three, no trump is where you're going to play this hand. And I think this is the final one that we're going to look at. Your partner's open to no trump. Partner has 15 high card points. Partner's open to no trump. There's a 2-heart overcall. And you bid 3 hearts. Now, what you are saying by direct Q bid, remember fast denies, you're saying I have one or both 4-card majors. I do not have a stopper in the heart suit. What do you want to do, partner? It's game forcing. It's game forcing statement. It's denying a heart stopper. You don't have 4 spades. So therefore, you can't bid 4 spades. Most important thing is you got the Jack X of hearts sitting there. You don't have a stopper in the heart suit. You also know through this bidding sequence that your partner does not have a stopper in hearts. So the last thing in the world you want to be in is 3 no trump. But yet your partner has made a forcing bid that we got to be in game, your partner. This is quite awkward, but it happens. The worst thing is you absolutely must rule out being in 3 no trump because they're going to play card after card after card. Neither one of you has a heart stopper. So basically what you have 2 options here. You can bid 4 clubs. You can bid 4 diamonds. You could possibly bid 4 spades on a 4-3 Moisian fit. Maybe look back at how you play the Moisian fit. But I think with this hand, you have enough to force this thing to game in one of the minor suits. So this bid I did not cover with you all. I think here that you would want to just probably bid 4 clubs or maybe the 4 spades and play it on a 4-3 fit. Again, the important thing is to stay out of no trump. Now, if you had the second hand, here you have 17 high card points and you open a no trump. We have to sometimes, we don't always have the magic hand when we open a no trump. We sometimes have suits that are not stopped. And you notice there you have those 3 little hearts. The bidding has gone 1 no trump, 2 hearts. And my partner has bid 3 hearts up there. He is saying he has 4 spades, and he is saying I do not have a heart stopper. But this is the hand that I was getting ahead of myself on. Here you have 17 high card points. You know your partner has at least 10. You know your partner has 4 spades. You know your partner doesn't have a heart stopper. So this hand, you want to force it to game in the minor suit. How do you do that? You now bid 4 hearts. 4 hearts says, partner, pick your better or minor, and we're going to play it in 5 clubs, or we're going to play it in 5 diamonds. You have enough here. In hand A, at the top, hand A, you don't really have enough to force it in a minor suit. But what I would do is maybe play in the 4-3 fit, or just bid 4 clubs, or bid 4 diamonds. And if your partner has support, he'll bid 5 clubs or 5 diamonds. In the second hand, B, you have enough to force it to game. You just don't have a heart stopper. Your partner doesn't have a heart stopper. You also don't have 4 spades, even though your partner does have 4 spades. You certainly don't want to be playing 4 spades on a 4-2 fit. So bid 4 hearts with this hand, maybe making you a little uncomfortable. What you're saying to your partner is a Q bid. It's saying, partner, I have the minors, pick your better minor. And then I want to finish here. 1 no trump, 2 spades, 3 no trump. Through this sequence, oops, sorry about that. Let's see. All right, I think I'm back to where I was. Through this sequence, partner is open to no trump. There's a 2 spade overcall, and you bid 3 no trump. You're saying you have at least 10 high card points. You don't have a 4-card heart suit, and you don't have a spade stopper. And you're looking at your hand, you do not have a spade stopper. The best you can do is to bid 4 clubs. And you say, well, he's made a game forcing bid. Sometimes, and this is rare, but sometimes even though a game forcing bid is made. If you don't have the stopper in the suit that they've overcalled, and you don't have 4 of the other major or whatever, you have to just simply bid 4 clubs or bid 4 diamonds, bid your better minor. And you may be playing on a 3-2 fit, you may be playing on a 3-3 fit, but that's a lot better than being in 3 no trump. So sometimes you just don't have the magic hand, but you're better off playing in clubs than you would be letting it play in 3 no trump. All right, before I leave the Lebensohl convention, I have a couple of more uses of Lebensohl. And this is one that we talked about. We've already covered this. Whenever they open a weak 2 bid, such as 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades, and your partner has made a takeout double, a bid of 2 no trump by you is Lebensohl. It's asking your partner to bid 3 clubs. Now, he does not have to bid 3 clubs. If the person who doubled has a gigantic hand, he can bypass 3 clubs because he doesn't want to give you a chance to pass 3 clubs. So if he bids anything else, he's telling you he's got about 18 or 19 point hand. Now, refer you back to the April 5th lesson on, we talked about preemptive bidding, and in that, there's a whole section on when they open 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades, a weak bid. Not Flannery, but these are all weak bids, and your partner makes a takeout double. All right, I want to give credit to John for all of these, and I'm using the example of 2 diamonds, but the same bids would also work if they open a weak 2 heart bid or 2 spade bid and your partner doubled. You can pass for penalty. You can bid 2 hearts or 2 spades, which shows 4 plus of the major, and it's showing anywhere from 0 to 8 high card points. You can bid 2 no trump, Lebensohl, forcing 3 clubs. You can pass. It's showing a weak hand with clubs. You can bid 3 diamonds, which shows is Stamen, showing at least 1 4-card measure and showing a stopper in the diamonds. You can bid 3 hearts or 3 spades, which is showing 4 of the majors, showing somewhere between 9 and 11 points. You don't know if your partner made a takeout double just on 12 points or not, but you are showing through this sequence that you have somewhere between 9 and 11 points. If you just bid 2 hearts or 2 spades, you're saying, I have anywhere from 0 to 8 points, partner, I got to make a bid. But I do have at least 4 of what I bid, either 4 hearts or 4 spades, or maybe 5 of them. But by going through 2 no trump and now bidding 3 hearts or 3 spades, I'm saying I have at least 4 of the hearts or spades, and I have anywhere from 9 to 11 points. Again, you don't know the size of the takeout double. If I bid 3 no trump, I'm saying, partner, I have a stopper in diamonds. I don't have a 4-card major, but I have probably 12 or 12 plus points. You ought to have at least 12 for your bid. We're going to be in 3 no trump. If I bid 3 clubs over the 2 diamonds, double, I am saying I have 4 plus clubs and I have at least 10 high card points. If I bid 3 diamonds, I'm saying I don't have a diamond stopper, but I have one or both majors, and this is forcing to game. I have at least 12 or more points. If I bid 3 hearts or 3 spades, I'm saying, partner, I have at least 4 of that suit, and I have at least 12 high card points. If I bid 3 no trump, I'm saying I've got at least 12 high card points, but I do not have a 4-card major, and I do not have a stopper in the diamond suit. So the same bids go if they open weak 2 heart or a weak 2 spade, and your partner makes a takeout double. Lebensohl helps you make the following bids. It can show a weak hand, 0 to 8 points, and 4 of the major. Presumably, if your partner makes a takeout double of 2 diamonds, he's got 1 or both of the majors. He's got at least 12 points. Going through Lebensohl, and now you bid 3 hearts or 3 spades, you're showing somewhere between 9 and 11 high card points. Game invitation, depending on the size of the takeout double. 3 no trump, you ought to have at least 12 to 13 high card points in case your partner's on 12, but you are promising that you do have a diamond stopper. If you bid 3 clubs, 3 hearts or 3 spades, you are showing presumably a game forcing hand, at least 4 of the major, 4 of the suit, at least 12 plus high card points. You bid 3 no trump directly, you're saying I have at least 13 points, 12 to 13 points, and I don't have a stopper in the diamond suit. So again, I want to credit John for putting all this together. If you refer you back to the April 5th class, which I did the preemptive bidding, I did all of this, and all those bids are there for you. This is just sort of a review for ones of you been through it, and maybe the first time through for ones of you not had it. And then there was one final use of Lebensohl, both the week 2 double 2 no trump Lebensohl and this third use, using Lebensohl after your partner makes a reverse bid, these came later. The initial reason for Lebensohl was when they made an overcall of a 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, or 2 spades of your partner's won no trump. But these last two developed later. So your partner's opened a club. All you know is he's got 12 points, and he probably's got at least 3 clubs. And you make a bid of 1 spade, and what he's expecting you to have is at least 4 spades and at least 6 high card points. He comes back and he bids 2 hearts. This is the reverse bid. Notice he has opened 1 club. His second bid is a higher ranking suit. You know, clubs and then diamonds and then hearts and then spades is your ranking. His second bid is a higher ranking than the first bid of a club. What he is telling you, now you're the responder, he is telling you, I have a huge hand, partner. I have a really huge hand. My hand was not big enough to bid 2 clubs initially. My hand was not the right shape, maybe to bid 2 no trump 2021. Probably not. He's probably got 5 clubs and at least 4 hearts. So he didn't have the right shape to open 2 no trump. But he's got a big hand when he makes a reverse. And you are the responder. You've got 3 bids you can make. When he bids, if you hold hand A, you have 8 high card points and you have 5 spades. When he opens a club, your first bid is going to be that of one spade. And now when he reverses into 2 hearts, wonderful. You know he has a huge hand, and look there, you have 4 hearts for him. So you don't need to jump, you don't need to do anything spectacular. You just simply bid 3 hearts, and the bidding proceeds naturally, either to a slam, depending on the opening bidder. He may be interested in slam now, but you've told him you have a fit with him. You do have 4 hearts. Now looking at hand B, you have 7 high card points. Your partner has opened a club. You have initially responded 1 spade. And he has reversed into 2 hearts. What you want to do is to simply rebid your spades. You're promising 5 spades when you make that bid. And this bid is forcing just for 1 round. A, you're forced to game because you have raised his hearts. In B, you're showing that you have a 5 card spade suit and you didn't have a total bust. It's forcing for 1 round. But now look at C. C, when he opens a club, he may be having only 2 or 3 clubs. You certainly don't want to let him sit there. You do have 5 points. You do have 5 spades. So maybe you just stick your neck out there and bid a spade. And oh no, he makes the reverse bid of 2 hearts, showing a huge hand. And you know you've kind of stretched it to bid 1 spade. And you said, now what in the world must I do? You can't bid 2 spades. That would be B, showing 5 spades and forcing for 1 round. You can't raise his hearts because you don't have 2 of them. You can't make any other bid. In comes to the rescue, Lebensohl, 2 no trump, forcing him to bid 3 clubs, which you're going to tend to pass. You're going to want to pass because you know maybe you're on a 5-3 club bid. Now, your partner, if he's got an absolutely huge hand, he doesn't have to really bid 3 clubs and give you a chance to pass. But what you have done by bidding the 2 no trump bid is you have said, partner, slow it down. I know you want to go to game, and I know you probably want to go to slam, but hey, I had 1 bid and 1 bid initially. You are warning him that you have a weak hand. You had 1 bid. So by bidding 2 no trump, you tell him that. And when he bids 3 clubs, with this hand, I would pass because he's opened a club and he's rebid 2 hearts. He's probably got 5 clubs. That's where you're going to play the hand. Now, of course, he doesn't have to bid 3 clubs. If he has a hand that he can bid game in his own hand or whatever, he can ignore you. But he is ignoring you if you hold hand C because you've warned him. You have absolutely warned him by going through 2 no trump that you had 1 bid and 1 bid only. All right, so in finishing up on Lebensohl, these last 2 lessons, you have been presented with a lot of material, and I know it can be quite overwhelming. But as I do encourage you to keep working on it. Those of you who are starting it for the first time, make an effort. Try to see it. Even if you make mistakes, you know, I told you last week about people make mistakes. Next week, we're going to start looking at playing of no trump hands. First of all, I want to look at shapes and sizes of no trump openings. 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. Second thing I want to look at is how you can compete against when they open a strong no trump. What are the bids you can make to compete? If they open a weak no trump, which many people online are opening a weak no trump, what are the bids that you can make to compete? If your partner's opened a club or a diamond and they overcall a no trump, what are the bids you can make to compete? One of them, particularly for Preston, is if you double that 1 no trump, it is flat out 100% penalty. Preston, you won't be, in a couple of weeks now, I'm going to be talking about low-level doubles of low-level contracts for penalty. In that instance of where your partner, say, opens a diamond and they bid a no trump and you double, that is for penalty. So we'll see an example of that later on. Now, I want to finish up, and I don't mean to embarrass anybody, and I've asked Kurt about this ahead of time. Kurt recently had this hand. And Kurt, you'll correct me if I get it wrong, but anyway, his partner, holding 18 high card points, bid 1 no trump. The next hand overcalled 2 spades. Pretend for a second there had been no overcall of 2 spades, and you hold Kurt's hand. You are going to bid 2 diamonds about as quickly as you can get the card out, and your partner is going to bid. If she bids 2 hearts, you're going to pass with her hand, with this person's hand. She is going to super accept. She has 4 hearts. She has not only just 17 points, she's got 18 points. She's going to super accept by bidding 3 hearts. And then I'll leave it to you. Your hand does go up in value when you know that she has at least 17. She's max. She does have 4 hearts, and you know she's got the big ones. You do have that singleton spade there, which makes your hand go up in value. I think you could not be faulted for bidding 4 hearts if that's the way the sequence went. But normally, if she just bids 2 hearts, you're passing. If you maybe had a doubleton spade in the same hand, Kurt, I would just pass her 3 heart bid, even though she has done a super accept. But what happened on this hand, now 1 no trump, 2 spades was overcalled. Kurt correctly bid 2 no trump. You see, he can't make his 2 diamond bid. He can't bid 3 diamonds transfer no hearts. When that 2 spades is put in there, you see, that's causing you a problem, Kurt, in making your bid. But what from Lebensohl can you take to make your bid? You bid 2 no trump. Partner's forced to make 3 clubs, pass, and now Kurt bid 3 hearts, which is 100% correct. His bid is below the suit of the overcall, so it is showing a weak hand. Remember, one of your bids is if after the 3 club forced bid, you bid a suit underneath, which is lower in rank than the overcall. The overcall was in 2 spades. It is a drop dead bid showing a bunch of hearts. So Kurt absolutely made the correct bid. And but it went on from there. What happened there, Kurt? Kurt, do you want to bop in here and say what happened, or do you want not to say anymore?
Well, what happened, I'm not absolutely certain what happened. I'm certain of the outcome of what happened.
Well, I think I looked at the hand that you showed me. I think that they raised to 4. I think your partner bid, I think over 3 hearts, I bid 4 hearts, and I think they bid 4 spades, and I think your partner doubled 4 spades.
Correct.
And you didn't get a single heart trick.
No, they made 4 spades doubled and got 590 points for it, which gave us a big fat 0.
All right, but the point I'm going to make is that Kurt 100% made the correct bid. 3 hearts is a drop dead bid. North hand looks mighty good there, but you got to know what you've got to absolutely. I mean, I can't fault North really. The only thing I fault North for is after he or she bids 4 hearts, then when the 4 spade comes in, ought not to double. You're not getting a single heart trick. And you see over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the 18 points is in the heart suit. You're not getting a single heart trick. So possibly just let them play 4 spades. So of course I didn't mean to embarrass or anything, but I wanted to show that Kurt made the absolute 100% correct bid of the drop dead bid of 3 hearts. Okay, so I am finished. I hope you all have good luck with Lebensohl over the next week, and just keep working on it. It's eventually going to get there. So thank you all so much. And there you are. We do see Lou. Lou, you're on. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. And Connie and Carrie. So I see a hand in front of Karen sitting up there. Okay. You want to comment, Kurt?
I just wanted to ask the question, when the overcalled suit after one no trump opener is spades,
No, you did not.
is there a way to show game invitational points?
All right, say that again. I think I have not stopped record. Should I go back, Lou, and maybe stop record for this part? Let me, hold your question just a moment. Let's see, click on.
Click on that up there where it says recording on the left-hand side.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll just go on with it. It is being recorded, so just to warn you that whatever we're saying may be used against us in the court of law, Chuck. Now,
Yeah.
Kurt, go ahead and ask your question again. I'm sorry.
Yes, after a one no trump opener by your partner, you get a 2 spade overcall. You're sitting in third seat as a responder, and you have game invitational points. How do you show game invitational points after a 2 spade overcall?
All right, you can bid. You can, with that particular hand, if you had a few more points and you knew she had at least 15, she's got a big 18 sitting up there. You have at least 10, and you had that same suit with 6 of them, you can bid 3 hearts, which would be game invitational. It would show at least 6 hearts. It would show at least 5 hearts, but it would mainly would show 6 hearts, I think. And she knows. So I would make the direct bid over 2 spades of 3 hearts with that hand. If you don't have that kind of hand, but if you had a few more points.
Right. Thank you.
Yes. Any other comments or questions? Chuck.
Well, actually, I have 2 questions. The first question involves, let's say you have game forcing points, got a no trump bid, a 2 diamond overcall, and let's say you have game forcing, 10 plus points and 5 hearts. You could bid 5 hearts, and you said that shows game forcing with 5 hearts, but you said it denies a spade stopper.
It denies.
It denies a diamond
Yes,
stopper.
the only way yes, that's correct.
How would you do it if you have a stopper? Or will you just ignore it and go ahead and bid the game anyhow?
I think I would just go ahead and bid the 3 hearts. You know that, and if you do have a stopper, it gets a little bit higher. You can go through 2 no trump, but of course, then when you bid 3 hearts, it's just game invitational. So
invitational.
Yes,
yeah.
But then I think at that point you could bid 3 diamonds. You could go through Lebensohl, 2 no trump, alert, 3 clubs, and now bid 3 diamonds, showing
4-4.
And it's
4-4.
Yes, even though you have the 5, but it's also getting you into game, and it's also showing that you do have a stopper in the spade suit. So you have to improvise just a little bit.
Okay, second question, and I guess it's sort of a variation on Kurt's question. Is I have a whole problem with the responding with an invitational hand, 8 or 9 points, and let's say, you bid. You bid a no trump. They interfere with 2 hearts or 2 diamonds. You have 8 or 9 points, and you don't have a 5-card major. You just have a 4-carder. Well, you can't get to 2 no trump because that's no longer an invitational bid, but you don't have a 5-card suit to bid to make an invitational bid in the major. What do you do?
You have 8 or 9 points. You have not a 5-card suit, but you've got a 4-card major.
Right.
Is that correct, what you're saying?
Yeah.
And you have the 8 or 9 points. Well, one thing
you don't even have a 4-card major. You might just have a hand that you'd want to play in 2 no trump. I have a problem with addressing what you do with an invitational strength hand.
Okay, here's the thing. Whenever you have a new convention, you lose the natural bids, the other bids that you had, and it presents you with a problem. That is the exact example of the problem with the Lebensohl Convention, is that it causes a problem in that very situation. What you can do, your partner has at least 15 high card points and you've got 8 or 9, you possibly could double for penalty and just hope you can set it. Might be the only
Okay.
thing you can do. But all these conventions, they take away that bids that you normally had from other things that you play. Also, sometimes you have to improvise because there are funny little quirks on them, and this is one of them. This is one of the major problems. Okay, so I am going to stop now and I'm going to wish you luck and thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.